Good afternoon. On the day of the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral, a minute's silence has been held across Wales in memory of him. At 3 o'clock, gun salutes around the UK, including at Cardiff Castle, marked the start of the silence in tribute to Prince Philip. His funeral took place in St George's Chapel at Windsor Castle, and our reporter Rhys Williams is in Windsor for us now. Rhys.
Thanks, George. The service ended around an hour ago here at Windsor Castle, and of course on the day of the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral there have been tributes pouring in from around the world, including in Wales of course. There was a gun salute at Cardiff Castle, which was part of a gun salute at many different castles in the UK, which marked the nationwide minute silence at 3 p.m. In addition to that, 10 racing pigeons were released in the Welsh capital, one for each decade of the Duke of Edinburgh's service. This was part of plans announced by the Royal Pigeon Racing Association to release birds from every cathedral city across the UK. In addition to that, the Welsh Government provided a wreath on behalf of the Welsh people as a mark of respect on the day of the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral.
And of course, Rhys, the pandemic means things have been very different for this royal funeral.
Yeah, of course, since the Duke of Edinburgh's death last Friday, the Palace has been asking people not to come to Windsor or to Buckingham Palace to pay their respects due to concerns about social distancing. They've been asked to remember him at home, and by and large people have done that. However, as you can see, it is a sunny day here in Windsor today. Lots of people out walking, and many of the people from the town, which has a deep connection with the royal family, of course, have been coming to leave flowers and pay their respects. But on top of that, of course, the service itself was much smaller than was planned. There was going to be 800 different guests. Instead, there were only 30, of course, and they weren't able to sing as part of the ceremony in line with government guidelines. That said, there were around 700 members of the armed forces as part of the ceremony, although they of course weren't allowed to be part of the service. And with all of the pomp and ceremonies, George, it's easy to forget, of course, that the Queen has lost a husband of 73 years, a huge personal loss.
Rhys Williams in Windsor, thank you very much. In other news, tourism